Well, as we saw a moment ago, we've been hearing from the Cabinet Minister without portfolio, Kenneth Clarke. At a meeting this lunchtime, our political editor Gary Gibbon did speak to the former Justice Secretary about Europe, the economy and life in the coalition. Full transcript as well as video extracts can be found on our website, channel4.com/news. Now, before Boris arrived, the supposed star speaker of the day here was the Chancellor George Osborne. With the economy flatlining, facing the prospect of having to impose cuts year after year until 2018, Mr. Osborne came here to promote the Tories' most popular policy, cutting the welfare bill. To fund a further $10 billion from the welfare budget, the Chancellor suggested a limit on the number of children that could be supported on benefits. He said the better off would pay more in taxes, but the budget could not be balanced on the wallets of the rich. Our political editor Gary Gibbon has this report.
The Chancellor told Tories this government would follow Margaret Thatcher, who carried on with her policies even when the pain was great, and would not follow her Tory predecessor Edward Heath, who packed up and switched policies when the pressure was on.
Today, in the face of the great economic challenges of our age, we here resolve, we will press on, we shall overcome.
It was a message in part for the financial markets. George Osborne may be about to miss his self-set targets for debt reduction, but he's not blinking. The Chancellor said he would scrape another £10 billion worth of cuts out of the welfare budget.
How can we justify giving flats to young people who have never worked when working people twice their age are still living with their parents because they can't afford their first home? How can we justify a system where people in work have to consider the full financial costs of having another child, while those out of work don't?
He praised the coalition with the Lib Dems to limp applause.
We could have done none of it without a coalition.
The Liberal Democrat leaders said the coalition hadn't agreed the additional welfare cuts yet. The CBI said a proposed reform swapping employment rights for company shares was a niche policy for some smaller firms. Tory party members said voters were finding it hard to believe there would be light at the end of the tunnel.
I think what they struggle to believe is that anybody's going to make a difference.
Probably what we're doing is the best strategy, but will it work for certain? There's no book to read.
Are people worried? Yes. Do I get complaints every day? Yes. But do I think we're beginning slowly to get back to somewhere? Yes.
George Osborne said the rich would definitely end up paying more, but he didn't say how he'd get his hands on their money, apart from talking about more anti-avoidance measures. This was a mid-term hold-your-nerve speech. The problem is all the latest indications are that we're nothing like halfway through the period of austerity. The Tories desperately need there to be positive signs that the tough choices have been worth it. But for now, all anyone's willing to say is that there's a chance, some signs the economy may be healing. Gary Gibbon, Channel 4 News, at the Conservative Party conference in Birmingham.